49ers quarterback Brock Purdy signed a massive new contract. It's a 5-year deal worth $265 million. I've got a lot to say. On average, he's going to make $53 million a year. I want to start with the good stuff, though. Number one is this. I'm so happy for Brock Purdy. I love Brock. I really, really like Brock. I'm rooting for him. For an NFL quarterback, he's made basically no money in his career so far. Like, for what he's done, for the what he's provided the 49ers, he's been ridiculously underpaid. It's cool to see a guy that I think is a good dude get paid and taken care of. So now Brock is set for life. I'm happy for the guy. And on a human level, he comes across like a great dude, mature, responsible, everything you want from a personality standpoint from your quarterback. That's what Brock Purdy provides. To go from the last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant, to the starting quarterback, to a massive contract set for life. That's a really cool story. And it's hard not to root for the guy, be excited for the guy. I want to be very, very clear. I like Brock. I'm rooting for him. I'm worried I'm going to come across like a hater here because if you follow my content in the past, I've talked about this a lot. You probably know where I stand. If you've listened to anything I've ever said before about the Brock Purdy contract, you would know that I kind of already have an opinion on this. On March 29th, I put out a video called Brock Purdy Did Not Earn a Massive Contract. And that's a good video title. It grabs your attention. I do really stand by the main thesis of that video. My main point of that video, he did end up getting a massive contract. Did he earn it? Is that what I would have done? No. Brock Purdy, in my opinion, didn't have a great year last year. And he did not perform well in key moments at the end of games when it mattered most. Brock Purdy, in my opinion, dropped the ball last year. And then I even made a follow-up video on April 12th called Answering Your Questions, where I covered the same topic again. I just answered some follow-ups. And I've covered this topic a lot, the Brock Purdy contract situation. And I've always said I would pay Brock Purdy, but somewhere in the ballpark of $250 million, $50 million a year, that's too much. That's rich for my blood. I would pay him something. I wouldn't pay Brock Purdy no money at all. He's a good quarterback. He's worth it. Just not a crazy amount. I'd pay him something like what Sam Darnold got, $100 million over 3 years. If Sam Darnold can get $100 million, then certainly Brock Purdy deserves something similar to that, in my opinion. I think Brock Purdy is a very good quarterback. I just wouldn't overpay him. Now, there's a surprising detail in the contract that ended up really changing my opinion. It surprised me. I was like, and we'll get to that in a second. First, though, talking about Brock Purdy winning big money makes me think of today's sponsor, PrizePicks. Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players to your PrizePicks lineup, whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, or first inning runs in baseball, or maybe we're talking about points in a playoff basketball game. With PrizePicks, take your pick of more or less for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash today. PrizePicks is the best way to get real money action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. On PrizePicks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite baseball players with players from basketball, hockey, esports, and much more. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks because PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. PrizePicks also offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Download the app today and use code CLNS for $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. So I have wanted the 49ers to avoid making the same mistake the Dallas Cowboys made with their quarterback, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is a solid quarterback that the Cowboys are massively overpaying. And by giving Dak a massive contract, it made it really difficult for Dallas to build a good team around their quarterback. They just couldn't pay other players. My whole time I've said, I don't want the 49ers to do that. Brock Purdy's a good quarterback, but he's not Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Brock Purdy's a quarterback that needs good teammates around him to make deep playoff runs and win a Super Bowl. He needs help to win. And if you pay Brock Purdy too much, it's very obvious you can't then pay people around him to help him. And in my opinion, I think what the 49ers paid him at face value, $53 million a year, $265 million total, it's too much. What always made Brock Purdy an exciting player is that he was playing well above the expectations. The 49ers had a starting quarterback and they were paying him next to nothing from a market standpoint. And so before we move on, let's acknowledge the biggest failure here is that the 49ers could not capitalize and win a Super Bowl while they were paying their quarterback nothing on a rookie contract. That's the huge problem here. They couldn't capitalize on the cheap quarterback. And so, in my opinion, a day of reckoning is coming. You've got your left tackle, Trent Williams. He's going to be 37 in July. By the time games begin this year, running back Christian McCaffrey is going to be 29 with a injury history and knee problems. You got George Kittle, a tight end. He's turning 32 this year. The 49ers overpaid a wide receiver, Brandon Ayuk. He's coming off an injury, and they tried to trade him from what I understand, and no one wanted him. The team is getting older, and they're going to need replacements soon. They're going to have to pay other people, and now the quarterback contract is a roadblock. Oh, we got to pay our quarterback this much, and we got to pay the people around him. They're to bind. It's a problem. So my initial reaction to Brock Purdy's contract was exactly what I just said. Doomsday. How are they going to pay everyone around him? Oh no, it's a problem. Because in my opinion, in order for Brock Purdy to be worth paying, $53 million a year, then Brock Purdy's got to play like Drew Brees. He's got to play like a Hall of Fame quarterback and elevate the team around him. Now, all that being said, this is the most important part of the whole video. It's not as bad as I thought. The contract details have been released, and apparently it's not, $53 million spread over 5 years. It's 265 evenly spread out. Brock Purdy does not become a big salary cap hit until 2028. So this year in 2025 is going to be a $9 million cap hit. So they're paying him $9 against the salary cap. In 2026 is a $24.7 million salary cap hit. In 2027, he's a $30.8 million salary cap hit. $30 million isn't great, but hey, that's for an NFL starting quarterback, that's a very reasonable amount of money to pay the guy. Okay, fair enough. So for the next 3 years, between his base salary and his signing bonus, Brock Purdy is going to make $100 million. Do you notice that's the amount of money I was happy with? Hey, pay him what Sam Darnold made. 3 years, $100 million. I'm cool with that. The really big numbers, the 5 years, the $265 million, the $53 million a year, it's a facade. It's a lie. It's not real. Brock is only guaranteed $100 million at signing. It's not $265 million fully guaranteed. In 2028, now the big money hits. It's a problem. He's going to be a $57.6 million cap hit. 2029, $72.5 million salary cap hit. 2030, $64.5 million salary cap hit. But here's the kicker here. Before the numbers get really big and scary, before the 2028 season, so between 2027 and 2028, there's a clause where the 49ers can get out of the contract. They can cut him after the 2027 season, and they only pay him $16 million in dead cap. So they pay him $16 million, they cut their losses, they could walk away after the 2027 season. What that means is, again, they can cut him after 2027, only pay him $16 million, and walk away from the Brock Purdy contract. So it's not as big and bad as it would sound. In my opinion, now, really, the clock is ticking because Brock Purdy's got 3 years to prove he deserves to make more than just $100 million he's got guaranteed. If he wants to still be on the team in 2028 and make more than that, basically double his money over 3 more years, he's going to have to play at an insanely high level, win a Super Bowl, look like a Hall of Fame quarterback, dominate everyone. So in the end, if SpotTrack.com is accurate, which SpotTrack.com is I've used that website for years to track and understand contracts. They've got all the contract details. I'll put them on screen. They've never let me down. And if that's accurate, Brock Purdy's contract is really more like 3 years, $115 million, 115, depending on when they cut him. It's very similar to Sam Darnold's contract. So if Brock plays really, really well, he's going to make well beyond $100 million. But it's not guaranteed. And this is not doomsday for the 49ers, because if Brock Purdy is failing to play well enough to deserve the massive amount of money, basically, if he's not playing like a Hall of Fame quarterback, they can cut him after 2027, pay $16 million, and walk away and go in a different direction. So in a way, it's kind of like a 3-year audition for Brock. I think it's very unlikely he's ever going to make the full $265 million. So, guys, I was really worried about this contract. I was like, it's a big problem. Oh, no! It's fine. It's going to be okay. It's not that big a deal. It's not doomsday for the 49ers. I don't think it's going to cripple their organization. They're going to pay him a moderate amount of money for 3 years, and then if he isn't playing well enough, they can walk away. So I actually end up letting it digest, taking my time. I know it's been weird. Actually, this is the last video I'm ever recording in this location. I'm moving. I've got a lot of stuff up in the air changing. I kind of got to this topic late. I'm glad I did, because the details have been released, and it's like, oh, you know what? The Brock Purdy contract is not the end of the world.